Hello and welcome to THMs Advent of Cyber 2024, Day 1. I'm just going to try to do a quick walkthrough of today's room, or activities, questions, however you want to say it. I'm just going to jump right in. So I have already started, as you can see, I have started the machine that will be, quote, attacking or investigating. Here's our target IP address right there. I've already started a attack box, which is where we'll be doing most of our work, right here in this side screen. If you are not a subscriber, you have 1 hour of this attack box. Otherwise, you'll have to set up your own VN and VPN, which isn't that hard to do, but just to get started, I would recommend you using the attack box. You should be able to do all the questions today within an hour if the systems aren't being on high demand. If you do it on an off hour, like I'm doing this a day late before the second day has dropped, so traffic is pretty low right now. Also, I decided to read through this and go through this beforehand, so I ran out of time and I made the decision to do a subscription for this month just so I can have enough time to go through both for my satisfaction and then for the walkthrough. So we'll go straight down. I would recommend you, well, here's all the tasks, the setup tasks, which are fun to do. And then here we go, we're going right into the story. So day 1 is actually task 7. I would recommend that you pause the video now and go through, if you haven't, and read through task 7. Don't try, maybe even before you start your attack box. Just read through it, get some mental pegs for what we're going to go through together. All right, I'm assuming you did that. So let's go ahead. So this is where you would start your machine. As I did for time purposes, I've already started my machine. And again, you'll notice that your attack IP is this 10.10.69231. That is for this machine, but the machine button, I'll go up here. Its IP is, you'll see up here. Sorry, right here, 10.10.20292. All right, so that's something to get in your head, is this is your address, this is where you are, and this is where you're trying to investigate or trying to look at. So let's go through here. And it's talking about investigating the website, and this is what I mean is the machine that you've started up is hosting a website at 10.10.20292. Now, if you are not a subscriber, your attack box does not have access to the internet. But since it's going to be, since they're both on the 10.10, you will be able to access this. So you start up your Firefox. Well, I should have started up Firefox. All right, there we go. And so now we can just copy this, right? So Control C. In order to paste things into your attack box, you need to hit this little arrow. And then here's your clipboard. And then you'll Control V into there. So I've copied this in there. I'll shut the arrow down. And then instead of a URL here, I'll just paste in the IP address. And this will get you to the Glitches all-in-one converter. And as they talked about here, this is a supposedly an innocent site that takes YouTube URLs and converts it to MP3s. And again, if you look at the about, we know that, I'll make this bigger. All right, if you look at the about, we have the official statement. I, the glitch, personally guarantee that this converter is completely secure and trustworthy. If you have to say you're trustworthy, are you really trustworthy? Again, you have the glitch here, a picture of him. You scroll down, it's talking about I, the glitch. So the glitch, or whoever made this, wants you to think the glitch made it. All right, so we'll go back here and let's get, they give us a classic YouTube channel, YouTube video to convert. Feel free to look at it yourself. It's a Rickroll. I'll spoil it for you, but if you enjoy that video, then go for it. All right. Oops, I didn't do that right, did I? I forgot. You gotta go arrow, clipboard. All right, and I can clear that, and then I can paste in this YouTube URL. And I can go back here, and then I can delete that and press it in and hit convert. Now I just want to say I've opened up 2 tabs here because this is again my attack box, and you can either work it side by side, but for recording purposes I push this double arrow, which is view in full screen, and it opens up a different tab, and here's the full screen. So I'm hoping that will make it better for people to see. All right, so we have enter YouTube URL. I've copied in the YouTube video, the Rickroll, and we're going to convert it. All right, now it asks you to convert it for an MP3 or an MP4. Now it says video conversion pending committee review, but this one is authorized. So I guess you could try MP4 if you have some extra time, see what happens, but I went straight for the MP3. Especially because if you read the story, if you've read the instructions, it talks specifically about the MP3. All right, so now it says processing complete. First time I went through this, I clicked off of this because I saw a download file and I assumed it had already downloaded. It has not. It's just ready to download. So now you hit the download file, and then you see now it is downloading. All right. Now we can minimize this website for now. And let's go to our terminal. Just double click terminal. If you're not familiar with Linux terminal, that's fine. We're not going to do crazy stuff with the terminal today. We're just going to do some basic file listings and whatnot. So remember, we'll just do ls to list all the files and directories, okay? And blue is usually directories, greens are usually files, and we know we put it in our downloads, so we just do cd for change directory, and then downloads. And you can just type capital DOW and then hit the tab, and it'll autocomplete, and hit enter. And then do another ls, and then there you go, and there is your, oh, it didn't download, I did it again. All right, let's see here, let's go back here. It says show all downloads, download complete. All right, open, should be download.zip. Oh, okay, it didn't download in my download folder. It downloaded in my root folder. Okay, that's fine. So, scratch that what I said about CD into... Oh, did I close that terminal? Oh, wait. So now we just do ls. Okay. Sorry about that. So what I'm doing here is I have started a VirtualBox, a Kali Linux VirtualBox for recording. And so it's kind of a little bit of nested in. I need to go Inception. That's what I was trying to think. It's a little bit of Inception, right? I've got my main machine who's running a Kali machine who's running Foxfire, which is running a THMs attack box, right? So I kind of got out of my levels right here. So what I want to make sure is I'm in my browser for the attack box. So this is the Firefox that's running into my attack box. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little deep in the woods here, so apologies for that. So if you're in your attack box, it's going to go to your root file. And you know you're your attack box because it's going to have try hack me, and it's going to have these characters right here. That's how you always know you're in your attack box. Oops. So go over here to my terminal. So I'm going to go cd ... to go back up a level. Oh, I need to do cd/root. And there we go. If I would have just paid attention the first time. There it is, download.zip. Okay. You can go to root home right here and double click. And you'll see it, and double click the zip file. And then you have, as mentioned before, you have two files. You have song mp3 and song mp3. So we're going to extract those, and we can just extract them in this folder right here. All right, and there they are. They've popped up. So we're going to close that, and we're going to close the zip here, and we're going to close the file explorer here, and we're going to go back to our terminal box. Now, I just want to point out, if you're following along and you're kind of doing the steps as they say here. Oh, okay. Now they want us to run the file command. Because if you do an ls and you look, you notice that song mp3 is green while song mp3 is blue. And that means there's something different about them. So first of all, let's see if we can get this bigger here. Fine. All right, so here we go. So first of all, we run file on song.mp3. Oops, I'm going to do autocomplete. All right, and so here it says it's an audio file. All right, pretty good, pretty straightforward. Now let's do file song.mp3. And this says it is a Windows shortcut. All right, points to a file or directory. All right, so that is something that is very suspicious. So we want to check it out more. And they suggest a tool called where's the tool? Exfil tool, right here. Okay. I just want to point out, if you type it like it's written with a capital E and a capital T, well, let's do like a man. When man means manual. If you do it like that, it's going to, oh, okay. This is why I got confused. So you do exfil tool, and it says read and write meta information in files. All right, very good. So we'll just hit quit to get out of that. And so now we want to do exfil tool. Let me see here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get this font bigger, which I know there's a way. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this part out. Alright, it says control, okay, control plus. So control shift plus. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now if I want to do exfil tool space song, SOMG.mp3, it's going to say the tool is not available, command not found. So even though I guess the official name is with the capital E and capital T. If you notice here in their terminal, it's all lowercase. So what you want to make sure you do is to type it lowercase, EXIFTOOL, song.mp3. All right, and now we get all the juicy information about the file. All right, we're looking here. Target file, DOS name is PowerShell. That's always should, alarms should be popping up in your head. We have all sorts of things. And most interesting here is this command line arguments. Right here, even if you don't know PowerShell, you do know download file, right? That can't be good because it is a GitHub account and it's saving it as an s.ps1. So it is basically downloading something from GitHub and then it will run it. So all right, so we know that. That's very interesting. So now it wants us to go to, it talks about the PowerShell. So now it says, if you visit the contents of the file to be downloaded using your browser, not your attack box browser, your browser, you'll see just how lucky we are that we're not currently using Windows. So I'm going ahead and, copy this URL, and then I'm going to open up another tab. And there we go. Okay, so here it is. And they're going to talk about the PowerShell script. Okay. Again, all content in this room is for educational purposes. Okay. So if you want, let's see if I can, we can look through this again. So we have a function. Even if you're not into programming or have done a lot of programming, there's some things that are pretty straightforward, right? They took the time to make notes for you, right? So we know that this is the function to print the ASCII art. Print ASCII art. And we know here is the function print ASCII art. So we know this is what it's going to print. It's going to print glitch, but created by the one and only M&M. All right. So if we look down here, it says function to search for wallet files. So you can see that it's looking for wallets. Was for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and Dogecoin. All right, pretty straightforward. Function to search for browser credentials, right? So it's just right here, browser credentials. And it's looking for, you can tell that it's looking for Google credentials and Firefox credentials, okay? And then function to send stolen info to a C2 server. And we says C2 URL, and looks like it is sending information to that website. All right, and then here it is, the main execution flow. It's going to first, it won't run the functions unless called. So the first thing that this program will do is run the function print ASCII art. So it's going to print the ASCII art, and then it's going to it's not going to run any of these functions until down here, and then it's going to run search for wallets, and then it's going to run browse for credentials, and then it's going to run send info to C2 server. That's the flow of this PowerShell script. All right, so let's go back here, and so it suggests now that we search for this on GitHub. We want to find more information about this one and only M&M, and it gives us a link, a search that we can do. So I'm just going to copy here and go here and hit. Again, this is in your own Firefox or Google, right? Now, anything here that's like an hour ago or 22 hours ago, that's just other users posting to this, okay? What you're looking for are things that are about a month away on October, excuse me, on October 30th. This is going to be from the Try Hack Me people. And actually, you can even see MM, Wareville, THM. So you know you're on the right track, okay? So we know we have some issues here. We have a repository here. So we really only have one issue. And then, so we can click on this issue. And we can look around. One thing about Try Hack Me, in Advent of Cyber, you can never be too curious. You might go down some rabbit holes, but you can never be too curious. So it looks here like we have some, we have MM, so it's a lead, right? I came across this pretty cool C++ script of yours, and I like to use it. But it looks like he's not good with C++. So he's much more comfortable with PowerShell. All right. And so this bloatware is the original programmer of the spyware, or of the program. All right. So I'm going to open this up into a tab and look here at what Bloatville has, and I'm going to make a note of this. Oh, let's go here. All right, so we know we have M&M, and so we can click on M&M, and we see his repositories. All right, we have a PowerShell something and a config files for his profile. All right. So we'll click into IS because that's PowerShell. That's what we've been looking for, and we have right here IS PS1, which is right here what we were looking at. All right. So I think we've done enough groundwork. I think we can start asking the questions or answering the questions. So here, looks like the song MP3 file is not what we expect. All right, so we had ran Xfile tool on song, but we haven't ran it on song. So it wants you to run it in your terminal to find out the author of the song. So let's see if I can get the... Oops. Oh. There we go. A little smaller. Let's see if I can do both here. So we're going to scroll down. Nope, it's not going to work. So again, so we just write EXIFTOOL, and then we want the song. Song.mp3. And we look here and we've got dates and permissions, audio later, when now we have our artist, which is one Mr. Tyler Ramsby. Let's see, we can copy. And over here we'll need to do our arrow, clipboard. All right, we have Tyler Ramsey, so we can go over here. Oops. Control V and submit. Hey, we got our first correct answer. Very good. Okay, so the malicious PowerShell script sends stolen info to a C2 server. What is the URL of this C2 server? We've already talked about that. I'm actually going to go down here. All right, sorry for the mumbling. Okay, so the malicious PowerShell script sends stolen info to a C2 server. What is the URL of the C2 server? If you remember, we were in GitHub and we were looking at the raw isps.ps1 code, and we went all the way down here, and this is a commented line. It says function to send the stolen info to a C2 server, and it's right here, C2 URL. And you just highlight that, Control C, you go back here, and Control V, and hit submit. And there you go. Whoop whoop. All right, who is M&M? MM. Maybe this GitHub profile page would provide clues. All right, so back here we have MM Wareville THS. Okay, and so let's look around a little bit more. We'll go MM. All right, so here's a README. Oh. We have I'm MM, also known as Mayor. Malware. I run things in Wareville town. Okay, so still nothing yet. So we can go, there's some commits here. All right, so it looks like our last commit was here. You can go back. Let's see here, authored last month. Comments. see, I'm trying to figure out what would be try hack me versus what would be just users adding things in. Aha! So we've gone back. Let me go back here. So we're at MM, and we're trying to figure out who he is. And we know that he has put up some config files for his GitHub profile. So we can go in and look. And over here, we can see that there are commits, meaning there's been adjustments. So you can click into commits and you can go back. So it looks like the last update was on November 6th. But if you go all the way down, looks like he first put a README file on October 22nd. And he's adjusted it a few times. So we can click here and look at his original README file. And it looks like in his original README file, he actually puts a mayor-Wallerville THM. Right? So we can click that. Oh, maybe not. Thought we could. So we can copy that. And, ooh, search. Is that gonna have us? No, that's not gonna let us do that. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Come on now. All right, so here we can go. Oh, that's not letting us do this. All right. Can't tell if it's just slow. Okay, we can do it this way. I guess we can't do it that way. Okay. Anyway, that's not how I found it the first time. First time I found it is you go here back to the bloatware THM crypto wallet search. And it's asking if there's a PowerShell version of this. All right. If we scroll down, oh, I see you got some comments that for the AOC. Where did I find this? Okay. So this is MM. Alright, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how I found this before. Maybe issues. Okay. Alright, these issues are all from Advent of Cyber people. That's what I get for not making notes. I always make notes. Okay, so what I want to do here is just do Mayor Wareville THM GitHub. Let Google do the work for us. Well, okay, I'm going down a rabbit hole that is not needed. If you just click on MM, we know that it says MM, also known as Mayor malware. Sometimes you lose the trees for the forest. And it's like, who is MM, right? I was overcomplicating this, and it is Mayor malware. You hit submit. All right, there we go. Okay, so what is the number of commits on the GitHub repo where the issue was raised? Okay, so the issue was raised, actually, let's go back. So those issues are not the original issue we're talking about. The issue we're talking about, oops, sorry. The issue we're talking about is right here, the bloatware. And if you click on PowerShell version of this, and if you go, how do I do this? Crypto wallet search. Click on that. And you can see here, right here, there is one commit. So you go here and hit 1 and submit. And there you go. Don't fall for the 5 commits here, because this is not where the original issue where we found him was. All right, it's this one where the commit of the C++ program is, and that's 1 commit. All right, and then the rest is, if you enjoy this task, feel free to check out an OPSEC room that they have, okay? And what's with all these GitHub repos? Could they hide something else? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a little long-winded. Apologies. I'll get better, hopefully, as the days go on. Feel free to watch at 2x speed. I will not get offended. I just appreciate you here and giving it a spin. Thank you, and happy holidays.